Hello, I'm Monickie Scott.
Hey, and this is your girl, Felina B. Flossin. Thank you for joining us as we support and encourage women on their five-star living journey. Today, we get to shine the five-star spotlight on Loretta Womack. She's an entrepreneur, inventor, published author, mentor, philanthropist, and motivational speaker.
Oh, but wait, there's more. She is also a wife, mother of six children, grandmother to 28 plus grandchildren. And though she retired from the Mountain Bell Telephone Company after having worked for 30 years, she continues to spread her wings throughout the community and the world. Welcome to the Five Star Living Show, Loretta.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are more than welcome. We're so glad you are here. We're going to jump right into it. You
Okay.
always have something fabulous going on. Tell us what has got you excited right now. What you working on?
Well, there's two things right now that I'm working on. And as anybody who knows me pretty much by now, so I did do two books, two or three books, and one of the books I'm taking to screen. So I'm doing a trailer for that movie. So that trailer will be out in November. So that's the
Congratulations.
update on the movie.
Hey!
And give us the
And
name of those books.
so the first book is called Give Me My Flowers While I Live, and I'll do the same for
Wait,
you.
wait, slow down. That
Okay.
went a little fast. The
Okay.
first book is called,
Give me my flowers while I live, and I'll do the same for you. And I
Hmm.
don't mean the beautiful flowers in the garden. I mean people and things and my children's accomplishments.
okay.
Love it.
And is that
Mm-hmm.
the one that the movie's going to be about?
Well, what I did is I actually took three chapters out of that book and I revised the book that's coming out and I'm making a movie. And I put three chapters into that book so I can only have to market one book. And it's called The 10 Commandments. That's the one I'm taking to screen.
Ten Commandments.
Oh, that's the one in
Yes.
November.
That's the one that's
Okay.
the trailer that's coming out in November. Yes. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
So, in Arthur, you wrote the book and then you decided to put it on screen. What led you to want to do that?
Well, with all that big family that we've been talking about, those numbers, all those numbers, some of them won't pick up a book, but maybe they'll go see a movie. And even though everything I do is for my family, my generations first, and anybody else who wants to be able to relate to it, because we're all humans, so they'll be able to relate to it second. So, but I was inspired to take it to screen because I want them to go see the movie. I think they'll go see it versus waiting to pick up the book. Now, some of them have picked up the books, but some of them have not.
Some of them have picked up the book and some of them have not.
That's right. Some of them have not. And all those people have not read the book yet. So
Why
I put
should
it out.
someone go see this movie? What could they
Well,
expect?
I'm gonna be honest with you. So this movie is going to be one of the greatest love story movies since the 10 Commandments, because it's a love story about Jesus Christ and what He's done for me and all the love that He's given me and shown me. So that's why I'm really excited about putting this movie out. And I'm very particular. I don't want it to be a Hollywood movie. I want it to be a Hollywood movie. Keep it holy. In that holy realm, yes, ma'am.
So you've gotten to the point it's been recorded and it's getting ready to be released.
Well, what's happening right now is my publisher is getting ready to make a trailer from the book
Okay.
first, and then I'm going to go and pitch the trailer to and anybody that knows me, I've been talking about this to Tyler Perry. So the agreement was with my publishing company. So they want to pitch it to wherever they want to pitch it to, but I did tell them that I want to pitch it to Tyler Perry. And it's not a matter of if he can't, but if he won't do it, then they could pitch it to whoever they wanted to. So that's kind of like where we're at right now. And that's what I intend to do.
Woo! Well, we're hoping we can give you a little push out there as well when people
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it.
sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very sweet. So, what has been some of your biggest personal or professional challenges that you've had to overcome on this journey?
Raising my children, practicing to be that role model and an example of making sure that we keep our households in order. And you have to keep cleaning your house. You keep cleaning, it's going to get dirty. You got to clean it again. And the biggest challenge is to keep it clean. And it's going to be like that until I die. I understand that, but I'm going to do my best to keep it clean.
Absolutely.
And it is a challenge.
Mhm.
With all those numbers, this is a challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I can
see.
imagine.
Absolutely. So what keeps you motivated to continue on your journey?
Well, what keeps me motivated is because I know my children, especially, they're watching me. You know, they watch us. You know, they want to make sure that whatever we talk about, you know, they say practice what you preach, and they want to make sure that you're doing what you ask them to do. And I try to do that as much as I possibly can. I do the best of my ability to make sure I do that because I know that they are watching me, but I do take their excuses away. Like, for instance, they can't say, well, Mom, you didn't graduate. Yes, I did. Well, Mama, you didn't work. Yes, I did. They can't, it's like I took all the excuses away. So the only excuse they have now is that I can probably do it. I won't even say better because I've done the best I knew how, but maybe different. But because I've done it the best I know how, I'm at peace with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I love
awesome.
it.
That is
Yes, ma'am.
awesome. What I admire, one of the things I admire about you, Loretta, is that after you retired, you worked for 30 years, but ever since then, you have been doing just some amazing things, and your give back is huge. Someone is listening right now who thinks that they're too old to follow their dream or they can't do it. What advice, what would you say to them if they were standing here right now?
You're never too old as long as you're breathing, and especially as healthy and wealthy as I am. And when I say health and wealth, I don't mean like I'm filthy rich with like with money, but I'm filthy rich with, like I say, family, relatives, and friends. And as long as you have that, you should keep doing things. And another thing and I will mention this other thing that I did get into while I'm waiting for the trailer is it's a company called Wakana, and it's called Wakana for Life. Have either one of you ever heard of it?
Wakana or Wakanda?
Wakana,
I have,
Wakana for Life.
I have not.
I don't
Well,
know.
what it is these four young women. There's three of them are doctors and one is a lawyer, and they put this company together and they actually own it. It's a CBD oil company, and they're looking for founders. They're recruiting founders right now, and they're going to shut that off in 2022. But right now, they want to recruit founders, and I want to become one of those founders because I want to leave it back behind for my as a legacy for my family generations. But when you become a founder, and there's a whole lot of details in between, if you want to know that, I can tell you more about that later. But anyway, once we become founders, they pay you every quarter of the company's growth up to 3 shares.
Wow.
So that's what I'm doing. While I can say, Nikki, I'm always doing something, but it's, you know what, God gives me the opportunities. He puts the opportunities in front of me, and I don't want to pass them.
Yeah.
Especially when I have so many generations, because I have 4 generations and I'm the oldest because I don't have any grandparents or my parents have passed away. So I'm the oldest of all those people. And so, and I'm talking about out of my bloodline, I do have siblings, but I'm talking about out of my bloodline. And so I got to make sure that I leave something behind. They say you should leave something behind for 3 generations, which we're not good at doing that. And so I want to be an example of that. And probably one of the first of my family generations to do that.
Wow. And I say that with the admiration and respect because most people, when you hear I'm retired, they're like, I mean, they're sitting at home or they're traveling or, you still get to do some of that. But at the same time, you're like, but what else can I do? What else have I got? What else can I give? So
Yes.
that is just a great, great inspiration to many. Let's
Well,
switch gears.
thank you.
You're welcome. Let's switch gears for a moment.
Okay.
We're going to handle a little five-star business. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
So when you hear those words, five-star living, what does that mean in Loretta's world?
5 star living, and I'm going to give you the 5 stars because I thought about that when you asked me about this. So one is health, because you can't do anything without your health. Wealth, legacy, freedom, and stability.
Love it.
So those are the 5 things that I really think about when I think of 5 stars, because that's pretty much everything. And that's what I want to make sure I complete as my journey here. I don't want to cut my journey short as far as anything that I have to do. Is I'm going to do my best not to cut my journey short. But those are the 5 things that I think of when I think of 5 star. And I love the name of your program, 5 star. I love that. Like, let's not settle for less. Let's do the 5 stars.
Yes, with your life, live it. Live it
Live it
five
to the
star.
best. That's yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sure.
Absolutely. And what are some things you do to bring balance to your life? Or how do you know when you're off balance or not in sync?
Well, of course, my children try to and I won't say try, because we're really, really good at this. So we're each other's critics, and we're hard on each other than anybody because we want to be the best. We want to do our best. So it kind of gets a little bit off balance when we disagree, but I'm trying to teach them how to agree to disagree because we're not always going to agree. And that's a little bit of a challenge. And I won't even say it's off balance, or, I just kind of try to keep it balanced out just to let them know. I'll use this for a perfect example. Let's say we disagree with something and then they want to go on. And it's like, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to table this and we're going to agree to disagree. And that's how I shut it down, because otherwise it can escalate and then become a family feud. And I learned how to not fight and feud with my family as much as I possibly can, because they're adults now, and I respect them, but I want them to continue to respect me. But I'm still trying to do my best. And if I make a mistake, I want them to tell me I'm making a mistake, because it makes me a better person.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I will try to correct it. But let's all get it right,
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is toot your own horn moment. Give us
okay.
something that you are most proud of yourself for having achieved on your journey.
I'm most proud of being able to go back and pick up the book. I call the Bible my book of rights. I didn't know about it when I was younger, in my 30s, 40s. 50s, I picked it up. 60s, I read it. I studied it. I called my bedroom the upper room. I was there for a year when I got sick. It was G&I. I established a relationship with God. That is my biggest accomplishments, because I didn't know how much I was lacking, how much I didn't know. And now that I do, I have it. And that's why I want to pass it on. That's why I write the books. That's why I'm going to do the movie. I want to pass it on. I got this now. I've been married 3 times. I finally feel like I do have it right. I want to pass it on, how I accomplished that. We've been together over 20 years. And so we got married in 2005, but we've been together over 20 years. And so it's the challenge to learn how to get along with the opposite sex. But you know what? I wanted to accomplish that because that's the way God said it should be. I didn't want to settle for, like, I think women cop out when women, I shouldn't even use those words. I think it's easier when women turn to women and men turn to men because they understand each other. But it's a challenge when you learn to get along with the opposite sex. And I've accomplished that. And it's something I work on to the rest of my life, but I think I got it pretty much covered where I can pass it on in the books and the movie now.
Interesting perspective, for sure. So I'm going to do a fun question.
Okay.
What's your favorite color, and what does that color say about you?
My favorite color is red. And the reason why I like red is because it means, to me, it's a color of power. It's a color that stands out. It's a color that's not too bold. And black used to be mine, but I turned to red. So now that's why I like red so much.
Okay, black and red go good together. Then
They do. They do.
powerful together.
Mhm.
Listen, Loretta, is there anything that you wish we would have asked?
No, you're really good at this, and I'm glad that you asked me the questions that you asked me. I would like to elaborate just a little bit on that Wakana. That Wakana that I joined, I want to elaborate a little bit on it, because what I love about these 4 sisters is they allowed, how they was talking about the 400 acres and a mule, and we never got it, and this, that, and the other. Well, they're getting it. They're creating they have created a movement since 2010 that is going to allow you to do that instead of waiting for someone to give it to you. So I did want to elaborate on that. It's called Wakana for Life.
Okay.
What kind of spell that?
It's WAKANNA,
Okay.
and it's for life.com. So wakanaforlife.com.
I'm definitely going to
Okay.
check that out.
Yeah.
Sure. Share with our listeners how they can find out more about you and your projects online.
Okay, so my website is Loretta7@cox.net, and that's LORETTA, the number 7 at cox.net.
Is that a website or email?
That's my website.
Loretta?
I'm sorry, that's my email. That's my email for my
I was
books.
like, it
For my
sounded
books.
like
Yes,
your
that's my email. That's my email. And then my website is G&I. So G&I stands for God and I. It's a constant reminder to me first, I can't do nothing without him, and now you. So everything that I do, the G&I goes in front of it. So my website is GNI WOMACK CBD Wakana WAKANNA.com. So it's GNI Womack CBD Wakana.com.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You have been
Sure.
such an inspiration. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you. Thank you both. I really appreciate you.
Yes, Loretta,
And
it has
Nikki,
been.
you both keep up the great work that you're doing in the community as well. I know you're doing great things out there as well. Please keep it up.
I
We
will
need all
thank
we
you
can
for
get.
being that one to watch.
Yes. Loretta, it has been a true pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. A pleasure for me as well.
Well, we want to thank you all for listening to us and joining us for this 5-star day. We believe in you. We believe that you're going to have a more 5-star life starting right now.
Right now,
Amen.
we know that you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be right here with us. And so for that, we thank you. We look forward to seeing you on Facebook at 5-Star Living Show and join us in the 5-Star Living Show Inner Circle. Remember to laugh more and love more while taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
The 5-Star Living Show is sponsored in part by FlossieB.com, Flossie Flicks Photography, Monickie.com, Flossie Locks, and Meditate with Mo. Until next time, keep 5-star living.
5-Star Living. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
God
Bye-bye.
bless you all.
Bye.